In this video, I will share with you how I locked in over $40,000 in futures prop firm payouts in the month of September. I'll break down the numbers, the cost, and what is the profit from that $40,000. And then I'm going to show you step by step of what I did, what kind of strategies I use, what's my stop loss, how many points I lock in the profits, all the whole 9 yards in this video. And if you stick till the end, I'll give you one major secret that may be the thing to unlock the success to finally locking in consistent payouts with futures prop firms. First, let's talk about the numbers. There are 4 prop firms that I locked in payouts in the month of September. First is Take Profit Trader, in which I locked in $9,064. Next is Apex, and I locked in $17,612. Then is Traderify, I got a payout of $2,250. And the last one is Bonox, I got paid $11,664, $11,000 give or take. If you add all those up, it's $40,590. Now, of course, payout is good, but what exactly is the net profit? How much did I spend on the prop firms? At the end of the day, net profit is all that matters. Was I net green or was I net red? Let's see. With Take Profit Trader, I spent a total of $7,788 on the 50K accounts pro resets, which is a mistake, and I'll talk about that later. I'm still net green because I made $9,000, but the ROI wasn't that good on Take Profit. Going forward, I'm just gonna pass evals and do less of the pro resets, and then my ROI will shoot up again to still my #1 prop firm because I can do daily payouts with Take Profit the day I actually bank on that account. So I got paid $9,064 minus the $7,788 of costs. I am net green, $1,276 on Take Profit Trader. Next is Apex. I paid $1,602 during the 90% off for 89 evals. And then I paid for an 18 PA activation at $140, which is $2,420. And then I also paid for a 13 PA activation for $1,150, which brings me a total of $5,272 for my cost. In the month of December, I locked in $1,7612 in payouts. This gives me a total net profit of $12,340 on Apex. Pretty good. More than 3 times my money. Traderify, I had no cost because months before, I've already factored in those costs in the previous months. I already had this account from the previous months, so this $2,250 is straight profit for this month. Then Bonox, because I have so many evals passed on Bonox, I didn't have to buy any new evals. All I had to do was to reset the blown master accounts, and that was 11 times 148 is 1628. That's my cost for Bonox. And I locked in $11,664 in payout, which gives me a net profit of $10,000. More than 7 times my money. Not bad at all. So if you add all that in total, $40,590 in total payouts minus the total cost of $14,643, I get a net profit of $25,947. Pretty much 26 grand, give or take. I take $40,590 divided by 14643. I'm getting a 2.77 times return or 177% ROI of my investment in 1 month's time. Tell me which financial instruments you can take where you put in $14,000 and by the end of the month, in 30 days, you get $40,000 back in return. If you go to your local bank and you ask your teller to give you something like that, they will think you're crazy. Not only 177% return, not 100% return, not 50% return, not even 5% return in a month. Maybe for a whole year on a mutual fund, but not in 1 month. This is the power of futures prop firms if you know how to do the strategy properly. Not an income guarantee. Trading is very difficult. Most people lose money. There's inherent risk in trading, but it shows what is possible. So how exactly did I do this? Let me break it down to you in 5 key factors. Number 1, treat it like a business. Futures prop firms is like a video game. I say that all the time on my live stream. You're not trading real money. If you want to trade money, use your own personal account. I do trade my personal account, but I trade it differently than I trade futures prop firms. Futures prop firms is like playing a video game of Call of Duty or Counter-Strike. You're entering in to win cash prizes. The more kills you got, the more contest prizes in terms of payouts you'll get. Many people cannot take a loss because they think, oh man, if I've blown 10 accounts, then it's the end of the world. Then I suck at trading. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not really proud of this, but I actually blown 31 funded accounts with Apex in the month of September. And you saw the math. I had about $5,000 in expense, mainly from PA activation and also the evals on the 90% off. By the way, if you use my code FSP, you always get the maximum discount on Apex, Take Profit, Bonox, Traderify. Use the code FSP to get the maximum discount. While I had to spend $5,200, I got back $17,000, 3 times my money. Blowing accounts is not a problem if you know how to properly play the futures prop firm game, which I'll talk about soon how to do that. But if you don't understand that futures prop firm and blown accounts are simply business expense, you will not make it to any other steps that we're going to talk about. If you treat it like a business, if you're a restaurant owner and you spend $10,000 in marketing costs to bring people inside the restaurant and you make $100,000 of sales from the $10,000 of your marketing, you're not going to cry about marketing costs that are worth $10,000. Same thing for blown accounts, they're simply business expense. You have to understand this very important key or else you will not make it. At the end of the day, are you net green or net red? If the payouts you're getting from prop firms is greater than the money you put into prop firms, then you're net green. Well, how do you get net green? Key factor number 2. Buy dips, sell rips, short pops, cover drops. Lock 10, 15, 20 NQ points and be content and walk away. Wow, FSP, that sounds so simple. Why don't you give me something more earth-shattering? Some big epiphany that's gonna make me ponder about life. Well, I do have something like that. It's called the gospel, but you can join me inside my live stream and I'll talk more about that. When you buy dips and sell rips and you lock in 10 to 20 points, that increases your chance of winning because if you look at any NQ chart, and I only trade NQ, nothing else, in any given day, it's much easier to get 10 to 15 to 20 points than if you try to hold for 50 to 100 points. It's a fact. Look it up on a 1-minute chart. I only scalp on a 1-minute chart. I'm a scalper. I don't trend trade for 100 points. This is how I do it. And what do you do after you lock in 10, 15, 20 points? It brings me to number 3. I rotate my accounts. I do not ever copy trade. I've done it in the past. I saw the gurus copy trading, banking the millions and millions and millions of dollars, and I tried to copy them, and guess what? I ended up blowing my accounts trying to copy trade because, as I say all the time, copy trading only works when it works. When was the last time you copy traded? You're on day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. Man, I'm on payout day. I'm gonna go and take a payout on all these 20 accounts. Let's go. And on day 8, you blow all those accounts because of one bad trade. You add it onto it, you tilt it, and you blow everything up. When was the last time that happened? That's why I don't copy trade. I rotate my accounts one by one. This is also why inside my course in module 3.2, I show you my PA roster. This is what I do to rotate my accounts properly. I give you an entire video of how I do that, and I give you the Excel sheet. If you want my course, go to fspfutures.com. There's a way to get it free. If you buy 10 take profit accounts with my code FSP or Tradify accounts, check out the info there at fspfutures.com. When you rotate your accounts, you increase your chances of some of your accounts getting to profits. How is it possible that I've blown 31 funded accounts on Apex, which cost me over $3,600, and yet I'm still net green with about $12,000 in profit with Apex? The key was that I rotated my accounts. 31 of them got blown up, the others got to payouts. If you go inside the course, I break down the math for you. Even if you blow 40% of your PAs out of the 20, even if you only get 8 of them to pay out, you are still doing 2 to 1, sometimes even 3 to 1. You don't need to win every account. Rotate them, bank them, and move on. Number 4, you got to use larger time frames and other indicators like the VIX, draw your Fibonacci retracements, and look for key reversal zones to place your trades at the higher probable odds. That is where you rotate your accounts in. If you randomly just buy dip, sell rips, you don't have levels to go off of, then you're just flying blind. Every day in the live stream, we talk about these levels, we talk about key reversal zones, we look at the larger time frames. Join us every day for free, and you'll get to see these zones that we talk about in real time, not in hindsight. And number 5, here's the major secret that I told you about in the beginning. If you know this major secret, it may just be the thing that unlocks your trading success, and that is this. The major secret is that there is no major secret. I'm not trying to pull your leg, but there is a problem in this industry. The gurus hype it up with the Lambos, with the bikinis, with the yachts. But in our community, we don't hype that up. In fact, we lock it in, we stay content, we give thanks to our God. It's okay to be an average Joe trader, lock in a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there. When you believe there's a major secret from that guru that's flaunting all that wealth in front of your eyes, let me tell you something. You may not be seeing exactly what's underneath the hood. There is no major secret. Screen time, being in the market, learning from the losses, market tuition paid, learning how to control your psychology, recognizing chart patterns, doing technical analysis. All of these things are not exciting. They're kind of boring. We do them day in and day out on the live stream, and yet those are the very things that move the needle forward one day at a time. That is the major secret. Keep your head down. Stay in your lane. Give thanks to your God. Keep your ego in check. If you do this over and over again with a system that can consistently produce gains, then it is possible, not a guarantee, that making $40,000 in payout like what I did in September with spending about $14,000 in costs and netting $26,000 in profit is possible. Not a guarantee. Many times trading feels lonely, especially you're drowning in your losses. I get it. I've been there many times. But it doesn't have to be lonely. Every day we have a group of traders that trade together, bank together, and pray together. If you want to be part of the community, join us every day at 9:30. And if you subscribe to the channel right now, you'll be notified when we go live. All for free for you. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on live.